Welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blind Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, and I am going to talk a little bit about what everyone else is talking about this week. I want to talk about the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show featuring Kendrick Lamar. His use of red, white, and blue served as a powerful symbol of Black history intertwined with American identity. These colors traditionally represent the American flag, also represent the Democrats and the Republicans, also represent the Crips and the Blood, also represents color meaning, but yet their presence in this context highlights the duality of the Black experience in America, pride and struggle. So it's saying that Black Americans should say I'm Black and I'm proud, and to talk about the struggle. People who feel uncomfortable about it don't want to hear it. And I think it was, I was watching CNN one time. That was when Don Lemon was on there. And I think that he had a segment titled The Uncomfortable Truth. Sometimes the truth is not going to make you feel good. And a lot of people are getting schooled on this performance. Lamar's performance encapsulated the ongoing fight for equality and justice, echoing the sentiments of the civil rights movement while also celebrating Black culture. His lyrics during the show were laden with references to historical events, such as the enslavement of Black individuals and the fight for civil rights. These references serve as a reminder of the ongoing struggle and resilience within the Black community. And by the way, it's Black History Month. So this was Black history for your ass. By blending contemporary music with historical context, Lamar effectively communicated the message that Black history is an integral part of the American history. Black history is American history. You cannot teach American history without the contributions of Black Americans. And I don't see why some of these people who are making these comments, oh, it was trash, it was this, it was that. Okay, it's either one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't understand it or didn't get it, then you're part of the other, not like us. The performance could also be interpreted as a call to action for unity among diverse racial and ethnic groups. The use of the national colors invite all Americans to recognize their shared history and strive towards a more inclusive future. But right now, our future seems like the rights that we have is trying to be taken away. And that was the reason why he said the revolution will be televised. If you listen to one of the other songs on GNX, he also said the revolution has been televised. I need somebody to talk about, I think it's called Proposition 2025, that they say didn't exist, that they was trying to make America YTE again. Hey, it is still a melting pot. So hey, but throughout the halftime show, this message resonates particularly in the context of recent social movements advocating for Black lives and equality. And I did a show when he did the pop out, and I was talking about how that right there was going to be the pivotal point for hip hop, Black culture, being Black and being proud, and the catalyst for social change. And I believe all that. I believed that months ago, and I believe it now. Throughout the halftime show, the visual elements paired with the music, creating a strong atmosphere of celebration and reflection. It wasn't only celebration and reflection, because I want to get into a little bit of what everybody talking about when Samuel L. Jackson said the duck one life. We're going to get into that, but let me move on right now. The symbolism of red, white, and blue combined with Lamar's powerful delivery evoked a sense of pride while simultaneously challenging the audience to confront uncomfortable truths about racial injustice. And in that uncomfortable truth, we had so many in denial. But I want to talk about some of the symbols in a little bit because I really want to get back to that the duck one life because I am the mother of two black sons and that right there it did something to me. The symbolism presented in the Super Bowl halftime shows and transcends mere aesthetic, serving as a profound commentary of black history and its place within the broader American narrative. Because people are now wanting to talk about black history. And Kendrick put it in your face. You're going to talk about it whether you want to or not. The revolution will be televised. Kendrick Lamar's performance invites viewers to engage with his history, fostering dialogue about identity, unity, and all those things that they're trying to remove from American culture. The diversity, the inclusion, the melting pot, all these things. So let's talk a little bit about the symbolism. The symbolism of Uncle Sam represents the complex relationship between the American government and its citizens, particularly in the context of social justice. Uncle Sam, often seen as a personification of the United States, evokes feelings of patriotism while simultaneously critiquing the government's failures to uphold the rights of marginalized communities. This duality is essential to understanding the broader themes of Lamar's performance, which challenges viewers to confront the reality of systematic inequality. So, some of the other things that were talked about that I noticed and some other commentators talked about was when Uncle Sam said, "Oh, you used the cheat code. You brung the culture with you. You brung your homeboys. The duck one life." And at that very moment, you hear "Heal the Helping Hand," and they're performing inside of X. And it was brought to my attention that there was two other little small X's above that, signifying XXX. So to me, within the performance, Kendrick out this whole show. And he was reminding Drake, peekaboo. So when that song came on and that song started, they performed it in front of the X's. He's telling him, say my name. You go ahead and say my name. And I bet you Drake is not going to ever say Kendrick's name again. So then the GNX car serves as a symbol of aspiration and the American dream, showcasing the intersection of culture and consumerism. I don't know about all of that because I learned from somewhere else that was the type of car that Kendrick was brung home from the hospital in by his dad. So GNX has a lot of symbolism, I think personally, for Kendrick. The card not only represents personal achievement, but also highlights the materialistic values often associated with success in American society. By incorporating this symbol, Lamar invites his audience to reflect on the cost of such aspirations, particularly for the black individual navigating a society laden with barriers to success. Because when Samuel L. Jackson first came out, he said, "Salutations, welcome to the great American game." And all throughout the show, he was telling Kendrick, "You're not playing the game right. This is not what America wants to hear. Slow it down." Because whenever a group of black people get together, it is always considered a threat. And people, "Oh, this happened and there was no violence." Black people are civilized and can get together and be the greatest. And I'm glad that Kendrick put that on the forefront for people to understand. I even listened to Mace talking about, "Well, I'm going to be the objective voice." For me, as much as I used to like Mace, it's like these last few months, he been talking at the side of his neck, talking like a slow fool to me, talking real slow, literally and figuratively. So The game controller, combined with the imagery of three X's, the red, white, and blue, further emphasizes themes of control, identity, and nationalism. The game controller symbolizes the way society often treats life as a game, and basically how people who think that they are superior, how they don't value the black life. So when it says Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. We built this country. I talked about this, about how black women were being portrayed in the media. And how 85% of black women, I'm not even talking about the men, just the women, are the most educated cohort in America. But you keep saying that you want the top 10. The top 10 is us. The game controller symbolizes the way society often treats life as a game where individuals, especially from neglect, marginalized backgrounds, must navigate challenges imposed by systematic structures, such as, if you have a black name, let's move this to the side. Such as, if you don't have, we can't let them have this amount of income. Or if you do, you need to spend it. This is what you want to do. You want to spend all your money. You don't want to save. So you have some groups that is financially literate, and then you have some that is financially illiterate. And the reason why is because that's the way the system was designed. I did a show not too long ago with a realtor about how artists can use their income to be able to purchase a home. As many artists as I have worked with, one of the things that I find is that artists do not know how to, I would say, build on what they're trying to do. I've seen a lot of independent artists that won't register their work, that won't copyright, that won't do a lot of these things that makes them a professional artist. So I'm just wondering why there was so much hate, why people cannot listen, why there is a problem with accepting opinions different than your own. That's all that I have for today. Remember, you can catch the podcast on our podcasting platforms. You can catch the sometimes on social media and on the website www.blunt-intelligence.com. And I'm going to keep seeing what people have to say about this Super Bowl performance. I'm going to rate this Super Bowl performance a 9. To me, it was great. I was laying in a bed watching it, laying on my side. So, hey, that's what it is. But I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey, girl, let me tell you about this podcast.
Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hostel with Blunt Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media, and on rpentradio.com.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hostel with Blunt Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.